Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls...
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Now this Friday, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to going to my local Cineworld to watch the latest action flick from the John Wick universe called Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas as the lead character of Eve. Sounds good, right? You'd think so, but unfortunately, it seems that people have been given early access to screeners to talk about the film or to give it a positive outview, a positive light. They've been told that you can do that, but if you've got negative things to say about the film, then perhaps you shouldn't actually say anything until the 4th of June, which is basically tomorrow, because I'm recording this on the 3rd. I find it very peculiar and very bizarre, and to the best of my knowledge, I've never actually seen this type of thing before, and it's a bit concerning. Now, does that mean I'm going to hate this film? No, because I'm a big fan of Ana de Armas, so why would I? I think she's a terrific actress, completely shortchanged in No Time to Die with Daniel Craig, easily the best aspect of that movie. But courtesy of Deadline from Andreas Wiseman, Lionsgate staggered Ballerina embargo for critical sentiment, irks reviewers. Now, what I find quite funny is that it's Deadline actually looking at the complaints from YouTube reviewers of films, people they normally despise. So I find it quite interesting that now they're actually joining in on the brigade, so to speak out against Lionsgate. Lionsgate, by the way, are one of the most dog shit film companies out there. I remembered a couple of years ago, a bit more now, when I gave a trailer reaction for Sisu, there was no copyright claim on my reaction. And then suddenly, about a few months later, they decided to come along to try and claim copyright on a positive reaction for the film trailer, by the way. And they didn't win in the end because I had my own way, and it was too late by that point. But film companies like them, absolutely greedy, unapologetic, and I'm kind of glad now they're getting exposed like this, which is hilarious. So there's Ana de Armas in her, well, she looks a bit slimmed down. She's quite a petite lady. But what is really funny here, that yesterday, so when was this actually written? This was written, 23rd of May. Right, so only now it's actually gaining traction. Lionsgate sent out an email to Ballerina critics and reviewers in which it told them that the spoiler-free enthusiasm on social media is allowed to start on May the 22nd, but the critical social sentiment and formal reviews are embargoed until June the 4th. What I find peculiar about that statement from Lionsgate is that they have no faith in the movie. It might be terrible, or it might be that people will be yawning and going somewhere else, like they did with Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde, also in the John Wick universe, so to speak, or not really, but it was directed by David Leitch, who has something to do with that franchise. Now, for me, Atomic Blonde was an okay movie. It was at its best when Charlize Theron was doing her girl boss thing, but imminently slowed down when, of course, we need to see her having a same-sex affair with Sofia Boutella, who was another female assassin, I believe, in that film. Such a long time ago since I've watched it, but don't care about it anymore. I can't imagine the same thing will be the case with Ana de Armas as Eve in this movie. It sounds promising. I'm going to show you a bit of the trailer in a minute, but it's so peculiar that the film company would apparently have cold feet regarding this. Courtney Howard states that the Ballerina embargo notice is absolutely unethical. An embargo hold on negative reactions, only positive ones? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Of course, she uses my favorite word here, buffoonery, because why should he be complicit? Karate Kid Alex states here, this is the review embargo for Ballerina. Now, in black, and I couldn't get on X today for some reason to show you this, but this is what it says. We encourage spoiler-free enthusiasm across social media. They couldn't even edit this correctly because they missed out the word media. starting on May the 22nd at 1 p.m. Pacific time. If you're planning to review the film, critical social sentiment and formal reviews are not allowed until tomorrow, Wednesday the 4th of June. Absolutely hysterical. The Lionsgate split embargo on Ballerina has me fired up, and I wrote a little rant about the slow death of film criticism. What's interesting is that they're using a post here, which I'm assuming is the concept artwork for the movie. But 2023, there is a film called Ballerina on Netflix, and I'm going to show you that in a few moments. But if you go over to Metacritic, this is the film I'm talking about, funny enough. South Korean action movie, because she let her friend die and his female bodyguard is going on a revenge quest, and it's from South Korea, like I said, and it's meant to kick all kinds of ass. So I am wondering if this John Wick Ballerina with Ana de Armas has borrowed elements from this, or if it's its own entirely original thing, which I highly doubt. And this South Korean version of a female gone rogue scored a 7 out of 10, so people generally like it. And this, of course, is the Ana de Armas movie, which is coming out in 3 days' time. And look, if Lionsgate were getting cold feet that this film was a pile of dog doo-doo, they don't have anything much to worry about, because it's got nearly 50,000 upvotes and 1,300 downvotes, which is not really even a margin to talk about. So why are they getting worried? And honestly, just seeing bits of Ana de Armas here kicking ass, and of course John Wick is back, Keanu Reeves. It looks good. I mean, I have no concerns at the moment that there's anything girl bossy about this. Yeah, it's Ana de Armas. She might be a waif-like little elf with superpowers, destroying everybody in her wake, but it looks like a good fun time. And I'm very curious as to why Lionsgate would fumble their statement about giving negative reviews so early, because what you're doing is essentially, Lionsgate, you're premeditating a reaction that might not be out there. Are you afraid that people are going to give this movie the big thumbs down because a woman is leading the charge? Is that what it is? Is there somebody in your organization who finds the whole thing very cringe, and they'd rather it was John Wick, not Ana de Armas in the John Wick universe? I mean, it's John Wick with boobs, and I have no problem with that. And of course, Ana de Armas starred with Keanu Reeves in another Netflix film called Knock Knock, and well, they should call it Knock Knock Knockers. If you know what I mean. It's one of those type of movies, but it's so peculiar, isn't it? It's I really don't know how to actually go into this even further. But look, here's the Netflix Ballerina. And yeah, look at this, 28,000 upvotes, 1,000 downvotes. I'll show you a quick snippet of this trailer here. It does actually look pretty good.
나야, 발레리나.
A day before my birthday. That was obviously 2 years ago, and it looks good. In fact, I'll show you a couple of more stills from this. But everybody says it's actually pretty kinetic. It's very fast-paced, very raw, very visceral. Again, from South Korea, so I'm not surprised actually. And I'm gonna wonder if I think the fate of Ballerina with Ana de Armas really does hang in the balance. I'm not sure what it's up against, to be honest, when it comes out this Friday. Maybe a Disney film or two out there, who knows? But I would hope it gets some legs to actually do well, but I don't think it will, sadly. It's a bit of an odd time and an odd placement for them to be releasing this film. But Lionsgate, an absolute dog shit company. I've never liked them. So when they're getting roasted online for their behavior, where they walked it back a little bit and said, oh, well, we got some things wrong here. We didn't mean to say that. But if you're allowing people on YouTube, because apparently you're still ignorant about the fact that YouTubers much more bigger than me are making a living out of reviewing your films, you should allow them to be positive or negative about a movie. And in fact, some positivity will always come with a grain of negativity, right? That's how it works. But I guess people at Lionsgate, probably sniffing cocaine from the bodies of dead hookers, don't know any better. But someone who does know better is yours truly, giving this news to you today. And if you want to enjoy more videos like this to come, make sure you head on over to the subscribe button, hit it, and then click the like button to send my channel out there into the algorithm so people will get this on their recommended feeds. And I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Tune in next time, Space Freaks, and hear your doobry go ping in the next gripping installment of
Kung Fu Hot Dog.